The Jets. The Wolfgram woman, she was dismembered. That's who they're talking about right now. She was really Mexican or whatever. That was her real identity.
They tried to figure out exactly what happened to Margarita Flores Ramirez.
They found an arm and her head in a dumpster in Tijuana, Mexico. What was really bizarre about this as well, Josefina was pulling over alongside the road and throwing out pieces of Margarita's body while she was traveling with her youngest daughter. She was in the backseat of the car as her mother was throwing out the body parts of Margarita Flores. How anyone could do that is shocking. It's hard to imagine. Hard to imagine.
Margarita's husband said despite the terrible crime, he didn't hate Josefina Saldana, the woman suspected of abducting and murdering his wife and unborn child. But he said he expects justice, and he prays that his wife is now at peace.
Zoe, I know you're talking about Zoe Saldana. There's a lot of crooks in that industry. If they lighten his skin, thumbs up.
Didn't touch her soul.
There was a time period that elapsed, about 2.5 years. As a reporter, I was there all day covering. You really don't get to see Josefina Saldana in court up close for the first time. It was just so compelling of a case that you couldn't help but be on the edge of your seat.
Josefina Saldana wept silently before she testified. She then began to tell the jury about an agreement she had entered with the victim, Margarita Flores. Her attorneys say Flores died during induced labor as part of a consensual baby-for-sale deal gone bad.
It was part of a plan, a deal.
Whose plan?
Margarita's plan.
Did you kill Margarita Flores?
No, I did not.
Did you dismember Margarita Flores' body?
No, I did not.
Saldana says she last saw Flores as she went into
There's no tilde.
one of Saldana's tenants, Serafin Rodarte.
There's no tilde in the name.
Her
Thumbs
story
up.
was, whether or not you believe it or not, was when she left the victim's body there at her home with her renter, Rodarte, and when she came back, the body was in pieces.
Forensic anthropologist Roger Long
Decimated.
testified
She was decimated.
someone used at least 2 instruments.
If the body was in pieces, she was decimated, so she might be Italian.
He concluded that dismembering Flores required strength and fine motor skills. But doctors have previously said Saldana has limited use of the right side of her body due to a stroke in 1995.
That means that whoever did it, it wasn't Sonia Saldana.
She was in
Left a
pieces.
note saying she made me do it. I began to question whether or not Sonia could have.
She was decimated. The victim was decimated.
Because it looked like
Wolfgram. Elizabeth. Was that Elizabeth Wolfgram? Please tell me it was not
Being
the
shocked
Jets
that
woman.
This story, this outlandish story that came out that didn't fit. It didn't make sense with all of the other evidence. And for her to think that the jury should believe her story when her entire story was based on lies.
she was a very confused woman with a whole bunch of problems. One of them was described as hyper-religiosity, but at the same time it caused problems for her because she also had a deficiency that was called hypersexuality. And so I automatically have to look at what's the background of my client? What was there about Sonia that I could say maybe she wasn't altogether there when she committed the crime?
Hypersexuality.
It's pulled out all the stops in coming up with potential arguments as to how someone else could have done this and how it could not have been Josefina Saldana. I honestly don't think that the jury bought any of it.
If the tilde isn't on the end, it's Saldana.
Find the defendant guilty.
The The jury unanimously
Not Tilda.
convicted Josefina Saldana of kidnapping and killing Margarita Flores and her unborn baby
No,
in
that's not her.
1998.
That's not the Jets woman.
Saldana did not visually react to the verdict in court. Her attorney conceded outside the courtroom.
We're obviously disappointed. Ms. Saldana is obviously disappointed and devastated would be the correct words.
Attorneys agree that the complete truth about what actually happened to Margarita Flores may never be known. The verdict means the jury of 8 men and 4 women did not believe the defense's theory that Flores' death was the result of a baby for sale deal that went terribly wrong.
I think there's absolutely no way in the world any reasonable person could have believed that Margarita was willing to sell her unborn child. I thought that was a load of crap.
I regretted the fact that I never went over to the
If she got out, she was a celebrity. So that tells me whoever this woman is, that's slick about how they do the story. They don't just, this ain't just the story, right? They have to change it up.
and in her loneliness.
So if she got away with this, because you never get away with something like this, unless it's somebody like
I didn't see
OJ.
it coming, and I really regretted the fact that I had gone over. I'm sorry, I gotta stop.
For the first time ever, it's Truck Month at Valdosta Toyota. The iconic Tacoma and Tundra have been tested and trusted for decades. And now, during Truck Month, you can take home a brand new Toyota truck with rates as low as 1.99%.
We're gonna see. If this person got away with murder, she was a celebrity. And that's why it has to be a jukebox. What do you mean by jukebox?
Legendary trucks, limited time.
No new entries.
Jet on over
When you go to a
at
jukebox,
Valdosta Toyota.
I don't think they ever change it. Right? They don't ever change the music that's in the jukebox. It doesn't mean you can't go out and buy it. But all the streaming services, freeze it.
We could do more.
We're gonna see.
Come on. I started eating pale.
Was she guilty or not guilty? If she got away with it, I know she was a
In
celebrity.
the gym. I'm worried it's
A non-celebrity would never get away with something like this. That lady was decimated.
You should listen to your heart.
If she was dismembered, the perpetrator was Italian. Maybe, possibly, trying to be some kind of like a emperor that declares decimation.
Serious allergic reactions can occur.
Why am I helping the police? They set me up.
Swelling of the face, lips, tongue,
For some, the show was just on. They set me up.
Sore throat, common cold symptoms.
1999, I was arrested.
Back pain, high blood sugar, and redness, pain, or bruising at the injection site.
Look at the prior shows. Did my DNA match something? Police, policia?
About Repatha.
You better check Drake.
family. Come on, guys. Moves at their own pace.
Is that heavy?
That's why we have U-Box.
I think that's a
We can store it.
Excited about the new house?